Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about state quarters, a fun and interesting coin series from the United States. Each quarter has a design that represents one of the 50 states, showing important symbols, landmarks, or history. Some of these coins are more special than others and can be worth more to collectors. Let's take a closer look at the state quarters and see which ones are worth keeping. The 1999 New Jersey state quarter dollar in circulated condition might not seem extraordinary at first, but beneath its worn surface lies a design packed with history, symbolism, and in some rare cases, shocking collector value. This coin was part of the very first year of the 50 State Quarters program, launched in 1999, a program that captivated millions across the United States. The New Jersey quarter holds a special place among collectors, not just because it honors one of the original -1 colonies, but because of the powerful story told through its design and the surprising errors that have turned ordinary-looking coins into valuable collector pieces. The reverse design of the New Jersey quarter features a striking image of George Washington crossing the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War, flanked by members of the Continental Army in the famous boat. The scene is adapted from the iconic painting by Emmanuel Leutz and captures one of the most courageous and pivotal moments in American history. Just above the boat are the words, "Crossroads of the Revolution," a nod to New Jersey's central role in the fight for independence. For many older collectors, this coin stirs memories of school history lessons, patriotic pride, and a deep connection to America's founding. Despite being circulated, the 1999 New Jersey quarter can still hold impressive value, especially when rare minting errors are involved. One such error is the off-center strike, where the coin is misaligned during minting. Depending on how far off-center the design appears, these errors can sell for $100 to $500, with more dramatic examples reaching even higher values. If the date and lettering are still visible, collectors are especially eager to add them to their collections. Another standout error is the double die, most noticeable in the text or outlines of Washington's boat. This occurs when the coin is struck twice with a slight shift, resulting in letters or images that appear doubled. Strong double die examples on a New Jersey quarter can be worth several hundred to over $1,000. Particularly if verified by professional grading services. Even circulated coins with clear doubling can surprise collectors and dealers alike. There's also the potential for die chips and cracks. These imperfections occur when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged, causing raised blobs or lines on the coin's surface. One of the most notable areas for die chips on the New Jersey quarter is near the boat oars or on Washington's coat. While these may seem like small flaws, collectors seek them out because no two are exactly alike. Depending on the size and location, these die chip errors can push values up to $50 or even $100. A particularly dramatic error seen on a few 1999 state quarters, including New Jersey, is the struck-through error, where foreign material gets between the die and the planchette during minting. This can result in parts of the design being missing or obscured. When these errors are obvious and unique, they can be worth several $100s, especially when authenticated, even without a major error. A 1999 New Jersey quarter in excellent condition can have added value simply because it was part of the program's inaugural year. Coins from 1999, being the first of their kind, were often hoarded or heavily used, making high-grade examples less common. Collectors aiming for complete sets of state quarters will often pay a premium for early issues in better condition. So, if your coin shows minimal wear, strong detail, and a clear mint luster, it could still be worth several times its face value. What makes this coin even more special is its emotional impact. For many collectors in their 50s, 60s, or 70s, this series marked a return to the joy of coin collecting. It sparked conversations with grandchildren, inspired road trips to historic sites, and reconnected people with the stories that shaped America. The New Jersey quarter, with its powerful Revolutionary War imagery, reminds us of the bravery and struggle that built a nation. So take a closer look at your 1999 New Jersey quarter. Even if it's circulated, don't dismiss it too quickly. Check the rim, the edges, the lettering. Look for odd shapes, missing parts of the design, or faint doubling. What you think is just an old quarter could be one of the hidden gems collectors are searching for, and if it has one of those rare errors or is in near mint condition despite years in circulation, it might just be worth more than you'd ever believe. Stay curious, because the next coin we explore could unlock an even greater story or value waiting just around the corner. Next up we have the 2008 Arizona State Quarter Dollar. In circulated condition is a coin that many people might glance at and pass by without a second thought. But for those who know what to look for, this quarter can carry hidden surprises that leave collectors stunned. As part of the wildly popular 50 state quarters program, the Arizona quarter represents one of the last entries in the series. By 2008, the momentum had built to a fever pitch among both casual collectors and serious numismatists, and the Arizona quarter delivered a design full of natural beauty, state pride, and historical meaning. The reverse design of the Arizona State quarter showcases the majestic Grand Canyon and a saguaro cactus in the foreground. These two images are iconic symbols of the state's vast, dramatic landscapes. Above the design sits the rising sun, casting a golden light across the canyon walls, with a banner stretching across that reads Grand Canyon State. This coin captures the raw beauty and geological wonder of Arizona in a way that stirs nostalgia and awe, especially for those who have visited or lived in the American Southwest. Even in circulated condition, this quarter can hold real interest. Most people assume newer coins aren't worth more than face value, but that isn't always true. The Arizona quarter has been found with several unique and desirable minting errors that elevate its value significantly. One of the most famous is the extra cactus leaf error. On some Arizona quarters, an extra leaf appears over the left side of the engraved initials on the reverse side. This extra leaf seems like a minor detail at first, but it changes the look of the coin enough to make it highly collectible. Depending on condition, these error coins can sell for $50 to $200 or more. Even when circulated, collectors also keep a close eye out for die cracks and die chips on the Arizona quarter. These are the result of wear and damage to the dies used to strike the coin. A die crack might show up as a raised line across the coin's surface, while die chips can appear as extra blobs of metal, especially around the cactus spines or the sun's rays. These imperfections are not just mistakes. They are seen as unique fingerprints that make each error coin one of a kind. Some examples have sold for $75 to over $100 when the flaws are dramatic and well placed. Another valuable and dramatic error found on some 2008 quarters is the off-center strike. In these cases, the entire design is printed askew from the coin's center, often leaving a blank crescent along one side and pushing the image off balance. When the date and design are still visible in a significant off-center strike, these coins can be worth several $100s, even in circulated condition. The more off-center the strike and the clearer the date, the more value collectors assign. There have also been reports of double die errors on the Arizona quarter, where parts of the design or lettering appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment. During the minting process, while rare, strong double die errors have sold for as much as $200 to $300, especially when certified by a grading service and presented with clear documentation. Even minor doubling can bring in $50 to $100 if it's visible and distinct. Beyond errors, the Arizona quarter is also popular because it represents one of the final states released in the original series. By the time this coin came out, many collectors were determined to complete their sets, which meant coins from the later years in high condition became increasingly sought after. While a circulated Arizona quarter might not be flawless, if it still shows strong detail and minimal surface wear, it can be of interest to collectors filling a spot in their albums or searching for upgrades to their collection. For collectors, Aged 50 to 75, the Arizona quarter is a modern reminder of the landscapes and stories that define the United States. The imagery of the Grand Canyon and the tall saguaro cactus stirs a sense of wonder and nostalgia. It reminds us of road trips through the desert, postcards from family vacations, or lessons learned in dusty textbooks. This coin connects us to a place that's as timeless as it is wild and magnificent. So before you pass it off, just another quarter, take a closer look at your 2008 Arizona State quarter. Examine the cactus, look for that extra leaf, inspect the edges and lettering for odd shapes or raised lines. It could be one of those rare error coins collectors are searching for, quietly hiding in your change. And even if it's not, it's still a beautiful tribute to one of the most awe-inspiring parts of the country. The next coin might just hold an even bigger surprise, so don't stop looking. The stories are there, and so is the value. Next up we have the 2007 Utah State quarter dollar in good condition is one of those coins that might look ordinary at first glance, but holds a fascinating story that can completely change how you see it. This quarter, part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, marked the final state to be honored in the year 2007, and it brought with it a bold design that captured both the innovation and pioneer spirit of Utah's rich history. For collectors, especially those who have held onto this coin since it first appeared in circulation, it represents more than just 25 cents. It is a little piece of America's journey westward and a symbol of discovery, faith, and engineering brilliance. The reverse of the Utah quarter features two locomotives meeting at the famous Golden Spike site in Promontory Summit. Between the two trains is the Golden Spike itself, commemorating the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869. This moment was more than a historical event. It was a turning point for the country. It connected the eastern and western United States for the first time by rail, making travel, communication, and commerce faster and more efficient than ever before. The phrase "Crossroads of the West," engraved beneath the image, reminds us of Utah's critical role in that transformation. For many people in the United States who are now in their 50s, 60s, or 70s, this imagery can spark strong feelings of national pride and admiration for the courage and labor that built the foundation of modern America. Although this coin is relatively recent, it has quickly become a favorite among collectors due to its unique design and the powerful history it honors. And while many Utah quarters were produced, some examples have surfaced with rare and valuable errors that turn this simple state coin into a treasure. One of the most sought after is the double die reverse error. This type of error occurs when the die used to strike the design shifts slightly and causes a doubling effect. If you see this doubling in the text or on the trains themselves, especially around the wheels or smokestacks, it could be worth a small fortune. Some verified examples have sold for $100 to over $300 depending on the clarity of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. Another exciting variety collectors search for is the die crack error. This flaw shows up as a raised line on the coin, often across the body of the train, the tracks, or the spike. These happen when the die used to strike the coin develops a crack from overuse. While minor die cracks might add a little interest, more dramatic ones can increase the coin's value significantly, sometimes reaching up to $75 or $100 for the right beer. These are seen as quirky imperfections that make each coin feel one dash of a dash kind. Off-center strikes are also known to exist with the Utah quarter. This error happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned during minting. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and the rest appears shifted or off balance. A noticeable off-center strike that still shows the date and part of the design can easily fetch between $200 and $500, even if the coin is in circulated condition. These are among the most dramatic and eye-catching errors that collectors and dealers love to find. Even without rare errors, Utah quarters in excellent condition are prized by those who are assembling complete state quarter collections. Coins with strong luster, sharp detail, and minimal scratches are more valuable than those that have been heavily worn. If your coin has been kept in a safe place or simply avoided too much damage over the years, it could be worth more than face value. Just for its condition, what makes this coin truly special isn't just the potential for rare errors or its place in a collector's album. It's the story it tells, the meaning of the locomotives, the shining golden spike, and the symbol of national unity and progress all come together in this one small piece of metal. For anyone who remembers learning about the transcontinental railroad in school or traveling by train through the American West, this coin carries a powerful emotional weight. It reminds us of the grit and ambition that pushed America forward and how far we've come. So you have a 2007 Utah State quarter dollar in good condition. Take a moment to really examine it. Check the fine details around the trains, inspect the spike, and look at the text closely for any signs of doubling or unusual lines. What might look like just another quarter in your collection could turn out to be a rare and valuable find. Keep your eyes open, because the next coin could be even more shocking and even more rewarding. The adventure of coin collecting is just getting started. Next up we have the 2005 California State quarter dollar in circulated condition is a remarkable piece that carries more than just monetary value. It holds the story of a state that has shaped the culture, economy, and spirit of the United States in unforgettable ways. Part of the 50 state quarters program, the California quarter was released with great excitement and became an instant favorite for many collectors, especially those with a love for the American West. Even after years of circulation, this coin remains a miniature tribute to the breathtaking landscapes and pioneering legacy that defined the Golden State. The reverse of the California quarter features naturalist John Muir, standing before the majestic Yosemite Valley with a towering image of Half Dome in the background. Above him, a soaring California condor adds a sense of wild beauty and ecological wonder. John Muir was not just a conservationist, but a man whose writings and activism helped inspire the creation of national parks and shape the way America sees its natural treasures. This design pays homage not only to California's rugged scenery, but also to its historic role in environmental preservation. While this quarter has seen some wear through circulation, it still carries a strong presence. What excites many collectors are the rare errors that have been found in some California quarters, which can greatly boost their value. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die reverse. This error creates a subtle doubling in the details of the design, most often seen in the lettering or in parts of the background landscape. When visible and confirmed, these errors can raise a coin's value from just a few cents to over $100, depending on the severity of the doubling and the condition of the coin. Another valuable mistake seen in some California quarters is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be stamped incorrectly. The result can range from slight misalignment to a dramatic off-center appearance, where part of the image or date is missing. These coins often sell for $50 to $200 or more, depending on how much of the design remains visible. Collectors also look for coins with die cracks and die chips, which are small raised lines or blobs that appear when the minting equipment begins to wear out. These errors are often found around the edges of the coin or in areas with fine detail, like John Muir's figure or the feathers of the condor. While not all die cracks are highly valuable, some distinctive ones have been sold for $25 to $75 based on their placement and visibility. There have also been reports of coins with missing clad layers, where the outer coating of the coin fails to adhere properly, exposing the copper core beneath. These mistakes make the coin look dramatically different and are rare enough to attract serious interest. A California quarter missing part of its clad layer, even in circulated condition, can fetch several $100s when authenticated. Even without these rare errors, the California quarter remains desirable to those who appreciate the state's role in American history. From the gold rush to the rise of Hollywood, From Silicon Valley to the towering redwoods, California represents a fusion of innovation, adventure, and natural wonder. For older collectors, this coin may evoke memories of road trips along the Pacific Coast, visits to Yosemite, or stories passed down from earlier generations who came west in search of opportunity. In a collection, a circulated California quarter may not gleam like a mint-state specimen, but its story still shines. It represents a place that continues to inspire and influence the nation, a place where mountains, forests, and cities coexist in dramatic fashion. Whether you are collecting for fun or searching for the rare piece that turns out to be a hidden gem, this quarter is always worth a second look. So take that California state quarter out of your change jar or drawer and hold it up to the light. Look closely at the details, the edges, the surfaces. A small error or unusual feature might turn that well-traveled coin into something far more valuable than expected. In the world of coin collecting, it is often the most unassuming pieces that deliver the biggest surprises. And who knows what the next coin will reveal? The adventure continues. Next up we have the 2001 North Carolina State Quarter Dollar. In circulated condition might look like just another coin to some, but to collectors and history lovers, it's a pocket-sized celebration of one of the greatest achievements in human history. This coin was released as part of the U.S. Men's 50 State Quarters program, which captured the heart of the nation from 1999 to 2008. Each state quarter tells a unique story, and the North Carolina quarter proudly honors the Wright brothers' first successful powered flight in 1903, a moment that forever changed the world. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the famous scene from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, where Orville and Wilbur Wright made their groundbreaking flight. The image shows the Wright flyer lifting off the sandy ground with one brother piloting and the other running alongside. Beneath them are the words "First Flight," a phrase that holds a special place in the hearts of Americans who grew up learning about that incredible achievement. It's a powerful design that captures a moment of ambition, courage, and determination, everything that the American spirit stands for. Although this coin has been circulated and shows signs of wear, it still holds value far beyond its face. Not just monetary value, but historical significance. But for collectors, the true excitement often comes from uncovering hidden gems, such as rare errors and unusual features that can drive a coin's value far higher than most expect. Some of the most desirable versions of the North Carolina State Quarter include those with double die errors, particularly on the reverse. These doubling errors may appear in the words or in the details of the aircraft or figures. If found, even in circulated condition, such a coin can sell for anywhere from $100 to $300 depending on how strong the doubling appears and how well the coin has been preserved. There are also reports of off-center strikes in the North Carolina quarters. These errors occur when the coin blank is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted or partially missing. A dramatic off-center strike that still shows the date can fetch over $100, even if the coin is not in pristine condition. It's the kind of error that instantly catches the eye and excites even casual collectors. Another error to watch for is a die break or die chip, sometimes called a cud. These raised areas are caused when a piece of the minting die breaks off, leaving a gap that fills with metal during the strike. These errors are usually small but noticeable and can increase the coin's value depending on their location and size. A good example on a North Carolina quarter could add $25 to $75 or more to its value. Perhaps the most valuable and dramatic error that has been found on a few examples is the missing clad layer. This happens when the outer nickel layer fails to adhere properly, exposing the copper core. These coins have a dull reddish appearance and feel different to the touch. If verified, even a circulated version of a missing clad North Carolina quarter could sell for several $100s to the right bear or collector. What makes this coin so captivating isn't just the possibility of an error or its connection to a historic event, it's also how it stirs emotion and memory. For many Americans, especially those between 50 and 75, The story of the Wright brothers and the dream of flight brings back memories of schoolbooks, museum visits, and perhaps even watching the space race unfold on black and white televisions. This coin reminds us that bold ideas can lift us off the ground, literally and figuratively. Even in circulated condition, a North Carolina state quarter has a place of honor in any collection. Whether you're searching for rare varieties or simply appreciating the story it tells, this coin offers both excitement and inspiration. So take another look at your 2001 North Carolina quarter. Look closely at the edges, the letters, the image of the flyer. You never know what you might discover. And the best part is that the next coin in your collection might be hiding an even more incredible surprise. That's the thrill of collecting. Every coin has a story, and some of those stories are worth far more than anyone expects.